Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year.
It's news to me.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Honda Days. Happy Nissan sales event.
The Toyota-thon is well underway.
Welcome to It's News to Me, where the it is Christmas, and the me is whoever it needs to be. I'm Noah Parker.
I'm Michael Trotter-Lawson.
And I'm T.C. Baker from Wallace Subaru and Chevrolet.
No.
Is it not Chevrolet?
No, it's Subaru and Kia. But he usually just says Subaru or Kia of
I
Bristol.
apologize. I was under the assumption that we also sold Chevrolets, but I've just been now informed that we only sell Subarus and Kias.
This just in.
Breaking.
Are you sure they don't sell Chevys?
I'm pretty certain.
I think you're right. Fact check. We get
Maybe I'm thinking of Bill Gatton.
Bill Gatton. No, Bill Gatton.
Bill Gatton was Honda.
Bill Gatton was Honda. Maybe Bill Gatton's now Chevrolet.
There was also a Phil Bachman Honda.
Phil Bachman Toyota.
It just makes
in the heart
sense.
of the Motor Mile.
There was also the Phil Bachman Honda. It just makes sense.
Do you remember Phil Bachman Toyota in the heart of the Motor Mile? It was like a really epic one.
Was that Phil Bachman?
That was Phil Bachman Toyota,
Huh.
brother. I really enjoy local car dealer. Also, there's one that's something where friends send their friends who go the extra mile. What does that mean?
Oh, shoot. How did this become this?
This is it. This is the Christmas special.
Yeah.
Enjoy, everybody.
No, I don't think they sell Chevys.
They
Because
don't.
it's an imports place.
Yeah.
My friends send their friends and they go the extra mile.
Well, what do they mean? Like
Yeah, but where?
like
What
a
is the
massage
what is the
parlor
place?
extra mile? What?
What is it? What is
I don't know.
Michael? What is it?
I have no idea what you're talking about, so don't ask me.
You don't listen to the radio in your car?
I mean, no, I don't.
FM.
I listen to...
My wife's a strict radio only, so I get to listen to all the ads and stuff. I'm a Spotify guy, but my wife is, for the most part, a radio only gal.
Mm.
Especially now because of the Christmas music.
Yeah. No, I don't know. My family has Apple Music, so I just do everything on that.
I don't know. I googled it. It was
Yeah.
just a bunch of random articles.
I'll let
about
you know.
how to
I'll
go.
text you when I find out.
Okay.
Maybe tonight.
It was
if I'm
like
in
a
the car.
how to go above and beyond for your friends, and I was like,
The extra mile part always got me because I'm like, what do they do?
so do we want to like restart? Or
We
do
can
just
restart.
wanna
We can leave
all
that in.
in?
Maybe can you salvage any of that?
Oh, almost certainly.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to say your actual name?
Tyler Rasnick. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, we didn't actually have local celebrity T.C. Baker.
Yeah. If you couldn't
All right.
tell.
So, this week, for our holiday-themed hypothetical question, I want to put yourself in the shoes of, for one, someone who owns a house. I know that's crazy for the two of us, but...
Barely possible for me, but yeah.
you know, just imagine for a second. And you hear a strange sound coming from your rooftop on
Like
Christmas
a
Eve.
clattering per se.
Like a clattering, like a real
Real man and 12 reindeer kind of sound.
yes. And then you come outside and you look up, you see a strange man on the roof of your house. You shout, "Hey!" He slips off, dies. And then you're left with an empty coat.
Is this the plot of the Santa Claus?
It is the
plot
plot
of
of the
Santa
Santa Claus. Okay, I just want to point out that I don't care what time of year it is. It can be any day. If I hear a clattering on my roof that sounds like someone and a bunch of animals, I'm not going outside.
Oh, I'm going out, but I'm going unarmed. Maybe two hands.
I'm not. I'm staying.
Maybe dual wielding. I've got dual wielding.
Well, that part is not...
Guns
that part
akimbo, ready to...
That part's not part of the hypothetical, so
Okay.
you know.
Keep going.
Oh,
You
so
don't get
you've
an
made
option.
my decision. I
Yes.
am going outside.
Yes.
This will be
Can
happening.
I like Yosemite Sam it? And I'm the rootin' this dude.
Shoot through your roof.
Yeah.
No,
Before I
but
go outside.
This is the part where you get to start making decisions.
Okay.
You see the empty coat of Santa Claus.
Presumably. Alleged Santa Claus.
I mean, the guy just magically disappeared. So you know you're allowed to make some assumptions here. What do you do? Do you put the coat on?
No. I probably throw the coat in the garbage, like in my Kingsport Keeps the City Beautiful trash can, and then I go inside, I go to sleep, and never think any more about the incident. If I'm
and
being,
then you wake up the next morning and think it was just a weird dream.
Well, I wake up next morning and we don't have any presents, and I'm like, oh my god, Santa Claus was real. But they've already taken the trash, so now I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. And then maybe at the dump somebody finds it and is like, this is cool, and maybe they put it on and they become Santa Claus. It's probably the origin.
You see, this is more or less just an excuse to talk about how absurd the plot of the Santa Claus is.
Oh yeah.
So, because like
Well, but doesn't someone like convince him to put on the coat, or does he just grab it?
It's been
his
so long.
son convinces him to put on the coat, because I think otherwise he probably would have just walked away.
Well,
but
see,
me.
and that's the thing, though. Like, it's wild, yeah, but people do crazy things for their kids, especially when they're like, you know.
Well, yeah, I don't think the crazy part is putting the coat on per se. I think the crazier parts of the movie are, you know, not freaking out that you killed Santa Claus at any point in the process.
Well, he didn't kill him; he fell.
Well,
If he killed him, it'd be like the trials of
I think
Santa
it's at
Claus.
least manslaughter.
Did he
know?
have to like file an insurance claim for that?
Santa
I don't
or
think
Scott
so.
Calvin?
Santa.
Well, at that point, he is Santa, and you can't well kill
Yeah,
yourself.
Santa's more like a alter ego.
But what about Mrs. Claus? Surely she missed him and was like, where's he at? And then she probably would have
No,
tracked him to
because
this home.
they were soul bound, so when he died, she died.
Oh, okay.
Canon confirmed.
Man, you guys know a
Is
lot
that
about the plot
true?
of the Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I just looked it up in my encyclopedia of Santa
Santa
knowledge.
Claus?
Yeah. I read the Santa Claus.
You have one of those
Subsection C for Christmas.
You have one of those Discover books that like has pictures,
Yeah.
like the Star Wars ones, but it's about the Santa
Yeah.
Claus. It
Man.
tells you all of the.
And there's like a cut through of Santa where you can
Yes.
see all his organs and
Yeah,
stuff,
his
but it's
eyeball.
like snow
It's just like whipped cream
and
like
hot
cookies.
chocolate. It's, yeah.
Gosh.
So would you take the mantle of Santa?
No, absolutely not. Because
What if you didn't know?
I would do it.
I don't know if I didn't know. Like if the Santa Claus doesn't exist in our world anymore. Gosh. I mean, I guess honestly, I don't think so. Because like, if this guy fell off the roof and his body just disappeared, I would think that I'm having like a crazy bad trip or something like that. Even though I had never taken drugs in my entire life, I would think, my God, I've gone insane. I need to go back to sleep.
Someone put something in that LaCroix.
You're like, there's black mold in my house. I need to call a home inspector.
Yeah. In
I
the
don't know.
morning.
See, I'd go outside and I'd be like, "Damn, it's chilly," and so I put on the coat, and then I'd be Santa Claus.
The more I think about it, this seems like a really dark episode of the Twilight Zone,
I'm so excited
where it's
to
actually
make.
like hell. You know, you think it would be cool, but like eternal, just having to give gifts.
That's
It's
the-
literally like slavery.
That's the thing. It's like terrifying when you start to think about it, because like Scott Calvin essentially dies.
Yeah.
You know, like that man no longer exists. You know, he loses his job. He loses.
his physique.
Yeah.
He becomes
He becomes
jolly.
old.
It's basically
Yeah.
the plot of Ghost Rider.
Kind of. Yeah.
It's basically Ghost
In
Rider.
a weird way.
And he's
Yeah, it's also the plot
Eternal.
of like Evan Almighty.
yeah. It's like eternal damnation basically, but he just has to like deliver gifts to kids at once a year.
I mean, I feel like you guys are like putting this in a bad light.
It
I'm
sucks.
not a huge fan. Yeah, it could be a hot take to some people. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of those movies. They're not my favorite.
The Santa
The
Claus?
Santa
Yeah.
Claus.
Yeah, they're awful.
I mean, I'm not a big fan
Okay,
of them either.
cool.
But, you
I
know.
just don't want to get
Horrible
like
movies.
killed like Santa. Except he wasn't killed. He just died. We established that.
He became one with the Force.
Yeah, one with the Force.
But like, I mean, come on, it can't be that bad. He gets like hot cocoa, the best hot cocoa, and he has a place to live. He has a house now.
Is Mrs. Claus hot?
Well, he had a house before.
I think Mrs. Claus is.
Well,
whoever
that's the
you
thing. There's
choose
not a
her to be.
Yeah, he has to marry Mrs. Claus in the second movie, or else he can't be Santa anymore.
Was she hot?
Well, yeah,
Okay, well maybe this isn't so bad.
but like, her being hot was irrespective of her being Mrs. Claus.
Okay,
You know.
I see.
I think it's more of like an act of you get married and then that person becomes Mrs.
Right.
Claus.
Exactly.
I could see Rod Serling just like coming out of the bushes though after this, like a freeze frame of like him dead and there's a thing on the ground and he's like, it's Christmas Eve, 2003. And then just like go into this monologue about Scott Calvin has a choice. What will he do when he makes up his mind? Or whatever. On
Gosh.
the Twilight Zone.
And then you hear like sleigh bells in the background.
So cool.
Gosh. I don't know. I think, knowing or not knowing, I'm probably not going to put that coat on. And I think knowing, like realizing, I guess, in that moment, assuming that it's like our world and I know that the Santa Claus movies exist, I would be horrified by the fact that
Tim Allen was on your roof.
Yeah, because he would be the last one.
Yeah.
well, sure, but also like, no way in hell I'm putting that coat on. But also, who is gonna put that coat on? Because somebody has to, right?
If you had to choose who to give it to, who would you choose?
Oh man,
Ben.
Dad.
He'd be a great Santa Claus.
Well, yeah, I mean,
He's got
Dad.
the
Yeah,
voice.
but Santa Claus
That'd be
doesn't have a
great
goatee.
Santa Claus, but Dad wouldn't want that.
He wouldn't want it, but like I think he
I'm
would.
just saying,
I wouldn't put that on Dad.
That's why he'd be the best at it.
I might ask you.
I'd be more likely to put the coat on knowing than as opposed to just going outside and the coat, seeing this guy fall, coat is still there. Like I probably wouldn't put it on without
about
the
Jimmy?
context.
I think Jimmy would be a good Santa Claus.
Yeah.
'Cause I think ideally you'd want someone who's lived a fairly full life already, you know?
When he could
Not someone
vacation in the
who's, like-
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
He'd be jolly about it. I could see him on someone's roof going like,
I'd go work at the North Pole for Jimmy.
Yeah. 3D printing all the gifts.
Yeah.
You don't have elves, you just bought you like 100,000
It's
3D
just
printers.
me.
Yeah. You're like running through all of the G code and all together.
That's fine. I'd do that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, no, I'd put on the coat.
Yeah.
This
no, could be
thumbnail's
me.
gonna be like you two in like prison outfits and me in a Santa Claus outfit.
In prison. Wow.
You get arrested for murder.
No.
No, there's
No
no
one would know.
evidence.
But
What, are they going to trust the testimony of what?
Though the
reindeer?
neighbor across the door is a Ring camera.
I don't have that. I don't trust the government.
The neighbor across the
I don't have neighbors.
neighbor.
Nope.
The drone that flew overhead at that exact moment has a Ring camera.
Nope. I shoot all drones down that come into my airspace.
He's just got like a turret in his
I do.
backyard.
It's an automatic turret. It kills birds and drones. A homeless man once told me that birds aren't real. They're all surveillance from the government.
I've heard that.
So-
There used to be stickers like that all over campus that just said birds aren't
Birds
real.
aren't real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember those.
It's like a
yeah.
big movement.
Yeah.
I remember birds work for the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Coney 2012? Was that too long ago?
That sounds so familiar.
Coney 2012?
Yeah. It was like this paramilitary, like, he was sending, like, rebel child soldiers. And it was, like, during the 2012 election, and there was, like, people were trying to get Coney elected. I briefly, vaguely remember this.
So what are
No, I don't remember this. But
what do you guys have any like loved Christmas traditions or ones that you would like to start up in your future?
We always, my wife and I have started giving our gifts together the morning of Christmas Eve. We've done that since we've been together, and then we usually go to one house or the other. It's always different every year, but We do that every Christmas Eve morning, and then we always try to get holly that we smooch under.
You know, smooch under the mistletoe?
That's what I meant. The mistletoe, not the holly. Not the holly. The mistletoe. Yeah, we do that. We do candy making, which is always fun. We just did that recently, every year.
I used to do candy making with my Nana, and I loved that. That was always so fun. We make, like, peanut butter balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always, like, the same, like, haystack things. And like,
oh, yeah.
It's always good. I always used to complain about it, but it's a lot of fun.
We used to make homemade, like, Mounds bars.
Oh, yeah.
Those were so good. Gosh. But it was so annoying because we'd have to, like, put them in the fridge and chill them for a bit, and then take them out, and then dip, like, as many as we could before they got soft.
Yeah.
And then put them back in the fridge and wait. And then, like,
yeah, candy making's kind of a pain in the ass.
It is.
Yeah.
In general.
It's a tedious process, what it seems like.
So worth it, though.
I also watch Die Hard, like, usually, like, the full week leading up to Christmas, like, every night. It's on. I may not be paying attention, but it's on my television.
So you're firm in the Die Hard as a Christmas movie camp.
Maybe when I was, like, 14 or 15, I sort of switched. It's definitely a Christmas movie. To me.
I still
like
have
Die
not
Hard.
seen Die Hard.
You haven't seen it?
to see Die Hard. It's such a good movie.
It is good.
I know. It's one of those movies that, like, I've seen bits of it so many times.
Yeah, but you gotta see it.
Do you like action movies at all?
Yeah.
Because, like, it's such a cheesy, like, typical action movie, but I love those because I grew up watching all of them.
Me and Michaela just watched through, like, all of the Mission Impossible movies. Like,
Those are pretty good.
ago.
Those are underrated, in my opinion.
They're good. We're watching the new one tonight. We're going to rent it and watch it.
Oh, I haven't followed, like, I watched a new one, like, maybe 5 years ago in theaters, and I was blown away by how good it actually was. I was like, this is going to suck. I went into it
Is that the one with
mindset.
Henry Cavill in it?
No. I think it was maybe the first one that Simon Pegg was in,
Oh, okay.
maybe?
Yeah.
when he became his, like, Q, basically.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But I was, like, blown away. Ghost Protocol is what it
Ghost
was.
Protocol, yeah.
Maybe that's not the first one Simon Pegg was in, but that one was good.
Yeah, that one's good.
How many of them are there? Like 7?
There's a lot
like
now.
8 or so now,
Jeez.
I think.
They're about to have the last
Well,
one.
the one that just came out this year was part 1 of the, like, supposed last, Mission Impossible.
Right. Which, we'll see. They'll probably just reboot it, right? With a younger actor.
As soon as they get a new, like, A-list action star that...
Or Tom
Is
Cruise
immortal.
could just be, like, get more blood, like, new blood. And he could look 30 years younger.
Well, like that one, like, guy that, like,
Yeah,
he, like,
that
draws
guy.
blood from he, like, gets blood from his son.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally that.
Yeah, it's this guy
What?
who's, like, chasing immortality. He's, like, some billionaire. And he, like, gets blood transfusions with his son, like, every month or something. To, like, keep him younger. It's weird.
Now we're a
This
conspiracy
is
podcast.
Yeah.
Resveratrol.
crazy.
Do you guys have
I'm
any?
disturbed now.
Do you guys have any traditions?
Well, I used to, I used to have this tradition that I really loved where I would go with my grandparents every year down to Pigeon Forge and watch Dolly Parton Stampede.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
Do they
that
do
was a
special
good
things
time.
at Christmas for that?
Yeah, it's a whole different show. It's
Oh.
like the, normally, somewhat infamously, it's the North versus the South. But at Christmas time, it's the North Pole versus the South Pole.
Nice.
Okay. They're
Because
fighting
Santa
over-
had to expand to set up a new workshop down south.
Santa's franchising now.
Yeah.
They're fighting over, like, Glacier's rights. Or whatever. Is it
Yeah.
about the elves?
Yeah, well, it's like the elves are competing who's like better at like
Making toys.
making toys and being holly and jolly and it's very. I was a child. Come on.
Is there rootin' tootin' elves that come out? This town's big enough. This continent ain't big enough for the two of us.
Right. Yeah. Exactly like that.
I feel
Word
like
for word.
Tennessee's like a not like too far off middle point of the North and South Pole. So
Yeah.
that makes sense as their fighting grounds.
It's like the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah.
The equator.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be the equator though.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But the
We're not
Mason-Dixon
that close.
line's not exactly. The Mason-Dixon line was Mason-Dixon. I mean,
Where do we get?
There's just a couple of guys being dudes.
It was Mason and Dixon and Donner.
Oh god.
Oh gosh.
Can you imagine like two reindeers being named Mason and Dixon, and they're like redneck deers?
That'd be a good like short, like animated
They've
short
got
idea.
like trucker caps on, and they're chewing tobacco.
Plaid.
It's foggy out here, Santa. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it.
The other one comes like, no, I just got this new headlamp.
We found this freak his nose glows.
It's supposedly 5,000 lumens. Whatever the hell a lumen is.
Oh gosh.
That's cool.
We should do that.
You all have any favorite Christmas movies?
Well, Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Here is a deep cut that you guys probably have never watched. I guarantee you probably don't know what it is. Have you ever heard of Babes in Toyland?
Yes.
Have you seen the Keanu Reeves, Drew Barrymore, Babes in Toyland?
I don't know if I have.
It's not Disney, because Disney owns, or the original was Disney. This was like, actually don't know what studio made it, but it's kind of an abomination of a movie, but I love it, because I watched it when I think I got sick one Christmas. I was like 7, and it was before Christmas, but I was like on Christmas break already, so I stayed home and watched this Babes in Toyland. I think it's like the 80s and some maybe late 80s. So Drew Barrymore is
86.
Yeah, so she's younger, and Keanu Reeves is not quite yet Keanu Reeves. Like Bill and Ted hasn't even happened yet.
He doesn't even look like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. So there's you know the story of Babes in Toyland, roughly.
To some extent.
It's kind of like a fever dream movie where like Drew Barrymore's character is in the backseat of a car, and like they swerve out of the road on the way back, and all of these people that are in the movie exist in her real life, sort of how in Wizard of Oz all the characters were people she knew. She somehow slides out of the back seat on a sled and then hits a tree, and instead of dying, she just goes into a coma where she imagines this Babes in Toyland world.
Jeez.
And all of the characters are different children's stories. Like Keanu Reeves is Jack jumped over the candlestick or whatever. But there's this evil guy that's just evil for sake of being evil named Barnaby.
Barnaby.
And he's got these two like little minions that follow him around that just sort of look like Igor or something from Young Frankenstein. Yeah. And this movie sucks, but I love it, and I watch it every year, and I've made my wife watch it 3 times already because it's Christmas season. We've got to watch it. And I am going to go as Barnaby for Halloween maybe one year.
Nice.
Because he's fun.
I feel like there's a whole like untapped Halloween potential with Christmas characters, you know?
Yeah, they're scary. Like everything in that movie, because there's a Humpty Dumpty character in that movie, and there's no CG. All this is like most of the characters that are supposed to be like animals are just animal costumes from like Party City. Like they're just so like lazy. But the Humpty Dumpty they made out of like paper mache, and he's like sitting here, and it's just this horrifying image of this giant Eggman that's real. I have to find it.
I mean, like there's always at least one of the ghosts in any given Christmas Carol rendition that is just freaky. It's usually like the future ghost.
Well, like the what is it? The Jim Carrey animated Christmas Carol movie. That movie is like borderline a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's horrific.
Yeah, all I really remember about that movie is the Ghost of Christmas Present. Is that the large guy, the jolly one?
Yeah, the like kind of traditional Santa Claus type.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember him looking at Jim Carrey, looking at Ebenezer, and he's like, "Touch my robe," and he makes him touch his robe for some reason. Then he like whisks him away to see, I guess, who's the guy that works under him? Jacob
Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Look at how horrible his Christmas is." He's rubbing it in his face that he's such a horrible boss.
My favorite Christmas movies are all those like old like 1960s, 70s-ish like stop motion, but like Christmas movies.
Like the Burgermeister movie?
Well, there's no Burgermeister.
No, there is. It's part of the Burgermeister universe. The expanded Burgermeister.
But yeah, like
universe.
Heatmeister and Snowmiser, and then there's like all the like Baby New Year movies, and like I just love all of those. My personal favorite is A Year Without Santa Claus. It's
just Year Without Santa.
Yeah, like Santa's sick, and then like it's great. You got to watch it. It's so good.
I'm not.
Oh, also, Mr. Miyagi is the toy master in the 1986
Nice.
Babes in Toyland.
74 is when the Year Without Santa Claus came out. But yeah, Santa gets sick and he's like, we'll just cancel Christmas. And then these two elves are like trying to find people that still believe in Christmas to get Santa to change his mind. And like it's a good, nice, wholesome film.
I like any movie
it.
about the meaning of Christmas, the true meaning of Christmas.
Money.
Yeah, capitalism.
I kind of want a Babes in Toyland reboot with Keanu Reeves like now and Drew Barrymore now, and it's like
It's like Neo.
she goes back, but maybe like a John Wick scenario where Barnaby like comes back and he gets her, and then Keanu's like, I've changed, and he pulls out like his guns, and he's like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back, and then he goes and starts killing all of the horrible people from the forest.
I'd watch that.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it kind of just sounds like John Wick in a Christmas movie.
John Wick in Toyland is probably what I would call it. Or maybe just Wick in Toyland.
It's a working title.
Yeah, Wick in Toyland's better.
No, because that sounds too much like Wiccan Toyland.
Wix in Toyland?
No, because Wix is
he
the website maker.
Wick is. No,
Oh.
Wick is in Toyland.
What about,
Apostrophe
like-
S. John's in Toyland?
No, that's too bland.
Yeah.
What was his name in the movie? Oh, wait.
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah.
Mm,
Jack Wick.
Jack.
Jack Wick.
Jack Wick 2.
Jack Wick, jump over
Enter
the candlestick.
the Toyland, maybe. Because it's like the Matrix.
I think it should be like Jack Wick over the candlestick.
maybe
into
this.
Toyland 2, the sequel.
Maybe it's like the Matrix. It's the Matrix, but he's like, yeah, tap me in. I'm ready to go in. And they tap him in, and he's in Toyland.
Yeah, and he's like, give me all the Hasbro schematics from 1972.
I can build Legos.
What's like the best Christmas gift you've ever received?
Ooh.
That's a tough one. I don't know what I would pick. I'm trying to think of what, like, super cool. I don't remember if it was a Christmas gift, but one time I got this thing, and it was like a set of handles for a motorcycle. But it was like it was a toy, and it had like a battery in it. And when you like, twisted the handle, it was like, and you like do the brakes, and it had turn signals.
Oh, it was
and,
like a little game.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I had one, but it was a car instead,
Yeah.
and it had like a little gear
Yeah,
shift.
they're just like so cool.
Yeah,
Probably wasn't my favorite.
And it would like
but-
the miles per hour would like accurately go up.
Yeah.
And you could brake and it would go down. That was cool.
That's great.
I don't know. I do remember one Christmas. Well, there's 3 Christmases. One, I got a PlayStation 2. Like, it was 2001, maybe? 2002. So it'd been out for a little bit, but like, pretty awesome. Like, I was one of the first people I knew that actually had a PS2 because I was from a rural part of Virginia. But I had the PS2, and then like maybe 2 Christmases later, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out.
What a game.
And my parents got it for me. And like,
Man.
it came out like in November, October, I don't remember. And I got it, and I literally played it the entire Christmas break. I've almost beat the game.
I used to have all the cheat codes memorized
Yes,
for that
I
game.
had them
like,
written down in pen because I didn't have a printer.
Yeah.
So I'd go and like ink pen, write the codes down. I'd be in there like infinite money cheat and like
Jetpack cheat.
Yeah, the jetpack cheat I could probably do
Yeah.
to this day. And then that Christmas, and also got a Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Oh, man.
That
What
was a cool game. Those games were all great. And then the last Christmas I remember being really awesome was the first guitar that I got.
Nice.
I think I was 13. And it was just like a cheap Sam's Club guitar, but like I was...
Hyped.
All I did was play guitar, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I just played guitar for like 3 months straight. So
I'd
those are like
say-
the 3 ones I remember the most.
I'd say like the most like... Honestly, one of probably the most expensive and most practical gifts I ever got was the first laptop I got for Christmas. And like that was sweet at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like...
I remember getting a laptop for Christmas.
I downloaded like Steam and got the first game I ever bought on Steam was Gary's Mod for
Yeah.
$10, and then I got
good first
Minecraft when my birthday rolled around because I didn't have like $26 to buy Minecraft at the time.
That's how much it costs?
Yeah, it was like $26.
I bought Minecraft when it was in alpha. It was like obviously pre-Microsoft.
I guess I was probably like 12 or 13.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I might have been 12 or 13 when I bought it.
So,
We're like 5 years
that
apart?
was great.
I can't believe how much Minecraft ended up costing. Like, that's crazy.
Because like I'd played it for ever on the Xbox prior to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, well, that costs like $30 on the Xbox too,
Yeah,
right?
something like that.
I think it was like literally $8. And it was like, there was only like 3 things to do in it when I bought it. I was like, because I saw a YouTube video that was like in 480p of you. They just added mine carts to the game, and I saw that you could make a roller coaster. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. And I get in there, and it's very limited in what you could do.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I guess I won't play this anymore. And I didn't play it for like years until someone showed me some video of the Yogs cast.
I love the Yogs
whoa,
cast.
this is awesome. So I started playing because they were doing their, what was it, Shadow of Israfel thing. I thought that
But
was
they
cool.
never finished.
Oh, yeah, I guess they didn't.
No, it's kind of like a running joke in the company now that it's just never.
They're still a company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
they're still
donated.
around.
They still do it used to be a month-long event that they did every December where they do like live streams every day and all the proceeds they donate to charity. And they used to partner up with Humble Bundle. And you could donate, if you donated it was like £35 because they're British.
Yeah.
You'd get like so many games. Now they do it with Tiltify, but they only do it for 2 weeks, like the first 2 weeks of December. But I still do that. I've donated to that for like 6 years in a row.
There's a lot of great Christmas movies. I feel like there's not enough Christmas video games. You know.
Christmas video games. There's almost certainly a Polar Express video game.
Probably.
Yeah. Or if they got Tom Hanks to do the voice, or if it was me.
Or it could have been you. I don't know.
Welcome to the Polar Express. That's all I got.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the one thing for doing that game is that, you know, even if you do have to get Tom Hanks,
You just need him.
yeah, you just need
Yeah.
Tom Hanks. He can do like every part except for
Arkham Origins is technically a Christmas
Yeah, but
video
that is
game.
the worst of the Arkham games.
It is.
No, it's not, because there was another game, Arkham Origins Blackgate, which is a side-scrolling
Okay.
Arkham game that's set like around that same time as Arkham Origins. And if you can imagine an Arkham game, but you're restricted to only moving side to
It's a
side,
Game Boy Color game.
it's terrible.
So apparently Spider-Man Miles Morales is technically a Christmas game, and that is true. And that is a good game.
That's a good game.
Dead Rising 4?
There is a DLC for... There's this game called Viscera Cleanup Detail, where
I've seen
you
that.
just, like, you get 4 people, and you go to this place, and there's been some sort of massacre, and you're the cleanup crew. You have to, like, clean up all the, entrails or whatever. But there's a DLC for it where you have to clean up, like, Santa's workshop, because Santa went crazy, and all the elves have been
Oh, God.
massacred, and it's, like... It's kind of funny.
There's a Duke Nukem game called Duke Nuclear Winter.
Ooh, this one's called Cthulhu Saves Christmas.
Cthulhu Saves Christmas.
Yeah, there's really not. You're looking through this. There's Home
Yeah.
Alone, the NES game. And, like,
Well, there's like a Rudolph game, but
The Grinch Christmas Adventures
The
on
es-
the Nintendo Switch.
The Escapists, Santa's Sweatshop.
God.
Oh, there's a Die Hard video game on the PS1. It says Die Hard Trilogy. I gotta go dig that out. Maybe I'll play that. I'll make Logan watch me play that.
Die Hard seems like it would make a really good action game.
Yeah, I
You know?
mean, if you imagine like the Splinter Cell like gameplay mechanics, but you just reskin it as John McClane and you're in a
Yeah.
building, like that would be cool.
That'd be great. I mean, heck,
I'd
even
play
if there
that.
was just like a mod for a Splinter Cell game that
Yeah.
was just that. I mean,
Or even like, did you ever play the newer Max Payne game, Max Payne 3?
yes,
That game's
I
awesome.
loved Max Payne.
That's one of my
3.
favorite games of all time.
Honestly, it was really good.
The story's amazing. I just progressively as he plays, he gets more addicted to painkillers and alcohol, and by the end of it, he's just like, I don't care what happens to me. I'm just gonna go out here and kill everybody.
Well, I think eventually he kind of comes back around.
He
right?
does.
Like,
He has the moment of clarity at the end.
he shaves his head.
Yes.
It's-
Yeah, it's a good scene.
yeah. Well, yeah, there's like that one woman. It's not his daughter that.
No, it's
right?
he's a bodyguard for. I thought he was a bodyguard for like a drug lord, or something, and then she gets kidnapped, and he's trying to find her.
something like that.
And he ends up like on this like body organ harvesting ring in Sao Paulo. It's been a long time since I played it, but at the end you find out like the family was involved, but you do save the girl because it's at the airport. I remember the last thing they're getting ready to get on a plane, taking her, and you go to the airport, and it's really hard actually, but
it's a good game. And go back and replay Max Payne.
Yeah,
is there a remake for it?
No, but if you get it on PC, like max settings, like 4K, it holds up, and you can still play it on Steam. So,
all right, cool. I'm gonna have to go do that
because I still own it. I bought it like 10 years ago or whatever, whenever it came out. And I still have it.
Yeah, I'll go play. Yeah, I'll go replay. I probably will replay Miles Morales. I just finished playing back through the first Spider-Man game.
Awesome games. I'm about to buy a PS5 probably just for Spider-Man 2, and the fact that I guess GTA 6 will just be no PC. So for a while,
that's really disappointing.
Yeah,
as someone who's kind of gone away from doing console gaming, just like in general, because I have a PC, and why would I?
Yeah,
like I'm not like PC master race kind of person or anything like that, but like there's just not really a reason, like.
The problem with them not putting these games on PC is because with consoles there are so many fixed aspects of like hardware and software and everything that like on PCs there's so many different video cards and CPUs and like all these different things that have to be optimized.
Isn't that a PC user problem often?
But the thing is though, like for most of I think both consoles, don't they just use AMD like APU graphics chips? Basically they're soldered onto the board.
Yeah, I think so.
So when it comes to drivers, like they really only have to develop the NVIDIA driver and then the AMD driver. Then it's up to AMD to optimize the games. It's really not on them. I mean, obviously the developer can optimize for, like we saw with Starfield. It was like a disaster when it released on PC.
Right.
And they did optimize it later. But and that's part of it. But it's really not as big a deal as it used to be, because like PS3 era and Xbox 360, Xbox 360 was x86 CPU, but PS3 games were Power PC. So it was a completely different architecture. So if you made a game specifically exclusive for PS3, you basically had to rewrite it to even port it to PC.
Yeah, that's wild.
So nowadays they're all x86. It's all just, consoles are just PCs. That's just all they are. They just have different software and firmware.
I figured that Microsoft would be really into making it like, ridiculously easy to port, Xbox games onto PC, I mean, I guess, you don't really see a lot of Xbox exclusives that aren't also on PC, but...
I mean, even now, though, with, like, the way Xbox is doing things, one, you can play a ton of these games just, like, remote without even having, like, your Xbox hooked up.
Yeah.
And some of them, you can stream from your Xbox and, like...
To your PC, even.
Yeah, there's so many ways to work around it that it's not that big of a difference for them. At least at the initial...
The hardware capability is there. Now it's just about, like, exclusivity for the,
For the sake of exclusivity.
Yeah. Which is fine. But, like, they pay for that, so it's,
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see going forward with, like, Activision Blizzard, now that they're owned by Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if, any of those games start becoming Xbox exclusives. They've said that they're not going to do that, but I mean, companies say that they're not going to do things all the time. So,
I mean, I don't know. I would have thought that Spider-Man would eventually came to the Xbox, but I mean, it's a Sony property, so I understand why they. And it's like, to me, it's one of the main draws. Like the games are so good that like I will go buy a PlayStation just for
I mean,
that.
Spider-Man's always been like a huge just money draw for whoever can get a hold of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
well, Sony. Recently, I mean, it's been.
Well, yeah, I know.
Sony for. Well, it's been Sony for a long time now. Mm-hmm. I mean, the first Spider-Man trilogy, the Amazing Spider-Man.
There were some, like, in the 360 days, there was, like, Web of Shadows, I think, came out on both.
I had some Xbox Spider-Man games.
There was a few. But, like, the mainline, like, movies and stuff, those were all exclusives.
I mean, you saw the hassle that even Marvel had to go through to use Spider-Man in the movies. Like,
yeah. But, it's an interesting thing. They only made the Amazing Spider-Man movies because they were about to lose the rights to Spider-Man because they hadn't made a movie recently enough.
And it showed. Actually, those movies aren't awful.
No, they're not. They're not the
good.
worst thing.
Andrew Garfield's good.
Yeah, I liked him more than I thought I would have.
Yeah.
I wish
He's
Andrew
too hot.
Garfield would get another,
Solo movie.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
another
cool.
shake at it. You know.
Yeah.
Like, he would make a good grown-up Peter. I just didn't like him being in high school because
That's
he was a
fair. Yeah,
nerd.
it doesn't make
He doesn't look like a nerd.
Yeah, he's too cool.
Well, that's the thing. He was always like, he's cool enough to be Spider-Man. He's too cool to be Peter Parker.
Right.
Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire was a great Peter Parker, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
The thing with Spider-Man and Peter Parker, though, is as he ages, and in some of the comics anyway, he does kind of become cool. It's just like he's, like a lot of nerds in high school, like they start one way and then they end up kind of cool.
Yeah.
But Andrew Garfield would make like a good, like if you were going to do the Spider-Verse, like Miles Morales thing, like he would make a good older Peter to mentor
yeah.
like a Miles Morales style live action
Yeah.
thing.
Well, that's why, like, the Peter Parker in the Spider-Man video games for PS4.
The original one, though.
We've talked about this before. I know that they changed the design for Peter Parker. It doesn't bother me all that much.
Oh, is that the one where they
honestly.
made him look more like Tom Holland?
A little bit.
Or something. They
Yeah.
completely changed him. I don't know.
I remember having this
Yeah,
conversation.
I just like the original one because I played it first. But like, if you did
Yeah.
you play the original on PS4?
Yeah, I did.
But-
But I also borrowed Noah's PS4 to be able to play it. So
So like I just feel like the voice or the facial acting of the original, like the sadness in his eyes with the Doc Ock stuff. It was just better. It was just better overall. I don't have a problem if they just had from the get go had that guy.
Yeah.
But the going from like that version to the new version, like I'm like, ugh, this one sucks.
I mean, fair enough. I just yeah, I don't know. I just didn't.
Which the voice actor's the same, and the voice actor's great. It's just like for me, it was the
Yeah.
facial expressions that I really liked.
I don't know. I guess it didn't. It didn't bother me that much, if I'm being honest. I also just, I don't know. That game, it's just so well written. It's like one of my favorite Spider-Man stories
Yeah.
in fiction. You know,
Yeah, it's great.
and it's such. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
just like the villains are all so well thought out. Like they're not. I don't know. Even like the side villains are well written and just make sense.
Yeah. No, I like. I don't know, I really like the kind of juxtaposition between like Martin Lee and Doc Ock as these two characters that just both have this really understandable beef with Norman Osborn,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know, it's just really interesting. I really want to play Spider-Man 2.
I do too. I haven't even looked. I don't want to even hear anything about it because I don't
Yeah.
want to get spoiled.
I
But
mean-
I'm hoping that Norman becomes the Green Goblin in the game.
I
but
mean, you
don't-
have to think that he's going to.
He has
Right?
to.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can't have Norman Osborn be around for all of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And him be like, he's still an antagonist figure.
Yeah.
Really, he's just.
Well, they
not,
tease the hell out of it in the game too. When you have to the Mary Jane one, where you sneak into his house and there's
Yeah,
like, all
you
the
s-
stuff's there.
You see the bombs.
Yeah.
You see the mask.
The hoverboard thing that he's gonna fly on.
Yeah, the hoverboard.
It's not like a situation where he was in the past and he's not now.
No.
No, it's like Oscorp has developed these things for other purposes.
Yeah.
But you can sort of see where he's going to, in the future, use them to become the Green Goblin or whatever. I mean, I guess Harry becomes Venom because that's been. I mean, they pretty much the teaser sequence at the end of. I think it was the Miles Morales game. He's.
No,
That-
it's the end of. That's the end of the first.
Oh, it
Spider-Man
is?
game.
Okay.
That's like the post credits.
Yeah. He's like in that tank with like what looks to be Venom, I guess.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Is that spoilers?
I've never beat it.
Well, that's your problem.
I sold
shit.
my PS4 on it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's his own fault. Don't feel sorry for him.
I thought you played it
I started to.
because you said you borrowed his.
I know.
Yeah.
It's good. I would recommend playing it. It's on the one on PC. The graphics are better, so I would maybe play that one.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to spend the money on a full price game. So
It was on sale for like $13.
Well,
during
mainly
this
because I
summer- or the
bought
winter
it
sale.
full price the first time, so I don't want to do it again.
Sometimes they'll bundle both. Like the winter sale, it was like $13 for the first game, and then Miles Morales was like 20 or 29.
That's not bad.
yeah. Which is ironic because Spider-Man, the first game is There's way more content in Spider-Man than there is in
Miles Morales is basically a DLC. It's bigger than a DLC, but it's not quite as big. It's like maybe 60% as big as
That's
the
what I've
first
heard.
Spider-Man game. But it's really good.
I mean, yeah, it is really
worth
good.
it.
Does Miles Morales take place in a different part of New York, or
No, it's the exact same.
It is the same.
I guess you grow up in the Bronx, so like you're stationed in the Bronx. Like you spend more time on foot in the Bronx.
Okay.
But no, it's the same exact part of New York,
And it takes place at Christmas.
and it takes place at Christmas.
Yeah,
And there's
we
snow,
haven't
which is
talked
cool.
about that.
You can like dive in the snow and shit.
Well, I mean, Miles Morales does have. He's still Spider-Man, but he has different powers and
Yeah.
whatnot. But which makes me. That's another reason I'm really excited to finally be able to play 2 in 3 years when it comes to PC.
And Wolverine.
Because Wolverine.
Yeah,
Making a Wolverine
Insomniac
game?
is making a Wolverine
Bro.
game.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Man.
It's in the same universe, but I think Wolverine's going to be good though. I'm excited for that.
That'll be cool.
They showed there was a trailer, but it didn't really. It's no gameplay. It's just a CG trailer.
Man. Yeah, no, I mean, they do good stuff.
It's PS5 exclusive too, so I'm gonna have to get a PS5 probably.
Dang it!
Yeah.
Can I just build like a Sony PC?
I wish. So like, there were people back in the day that used to make those Hackintoshes, because like you could basically Macs were just PCs but they had special hardware that would only work with the kernel for the Apple OS. I wish there was some way to like make a PS5 equivalent Hackintosh, because it is
Yeah.
just like an AMD. Like if you just got all the right AMD parts, you should theoretically be able to load. I would assume. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
all pretty custom, so probably not.
Is
But
it called? Is there an operating system called PlayStation OS? So it's like pea sauce.
there should be. There should be.
I don't know. I feel like there's some money, Sony, if you're listening. I think there's some money to be made if they just sold like a $200 chip or something that like that you could just put in your PC that kind of
Like a capture card. Type
yeah,
of thing?
like something like that just kind of allowed your PC to like open up like the PS5 OS and just be able to access and play PlayStation games that way. I'm not sure if it's that simple. I'm sure it's probably not.
Yeah,
but,
and even if it was, they'd sell it for way more than $200.
Well, you can't if you're gonna any more than that, then why not just buy a PlayStation 5?
Convenience.
That's
why I would, even if it was the exact same price as a PS5, I would buy that over the PS5 just because I wouldn't want to have another console to hook up and move around.
Honestly, they could actually maybe do this, because the only custom piece of the PS5 is the GPU. It's soldered onto the motherboard, and there's some other like memory stuff, how it allocates memory between with like the unified thing. But if you made like a graphics card that was like a Sony graphics card, but it's AMD, that would like work with those games, there's no reason they couldn't do that, I wouldn't think. But yeah, what would you sell it for? Because graphics cards in general, like if you want to buy a graphics card that's the equivalent, it's almost as much as a PS5.
If not more.
Yeah, so they'd have to sell it for like $400.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like you may as well almost just buy the PS5.
that seems odd because is there really that much little more that goes into a PlayStation 5 that meaning they can sell it for?
No, I mean it's more. I mean, I was simplifying it, but like basically like the big thing would be how it handles memory, and then the processor. Like you'd still have to have drivers for all that. You'd have to have like a bootloader that would work. I mean, there's more to it than that, but like theoretically, I've always thought it would be cool because Valve tried to come out with those Steam machines.
Yeah.
If there was just a easy, because to me, building a PC is easy. It's whatever. I have no problems. It's just Legos. But if there was an even quicker, easier, literally just like almost like a hot swappable hard drive, you just pull this out, plug this in. This is the CPU. Plug this in, and it's like a gaming machine that you could upgrade. You buy one chassis, and then every 10 years maybe they release a new version of the chassis, but you just upgrade the components as you go. So depending on what kind of game that you want to play, you could, if you just want to do like League of Legends or something, you could buy a really low end one. But then I keep thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, that's just a PC.
Yeah,
it's just a PC
right.
that you could buy anyway.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to make it like
You
easier.
start thinking about either of these things too much in one direction, you're like, oh, I'm where we started.
Yeah, I haven't solved the problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. PCs are just... they're just a little bit stressful and a little bit complicated for like the average.
It is like friends of mine. They'll come to my house and they're like, "Whoa, you got mods and you do these things?" And they're like, "Oh, can I do that?" And I talk them through. Yeah, it's easy. You just got to do this and this. And they're like, I don't think I'll be doing
for me.
that.
I have so many games, like even just Minecraft. Back when I played Minecraft a lot with friends, I'd be like, "Guys, we should play modded Minecraft," and they'd be like, "Okay, well, how do I do it?" And I'd be like, "You just need to download this
And do this.
and do this and do that." And they're like, "Oh, I don't think I could do that."
Yeah,
And
we're
I'm
not
like-
gonna do that.
They're like, "Oh, it's not worth it." Michael's one of those people. He won't put in the effort
Wait, hey, whoa, hold up.
for some games.
Wait a minute.
We did play modded Minecraft together a lot.
We've lost days of our lives to modded Minecraft back in college. So
Like sand
don't
through the hourglass. So are the days of our lives. I know.
don't lump me in with those people.
No, but there's been I can't think of an example, but there's definitely been other games where you're like, I don't know, it just seems like a lot.
Well, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of times where like I feel like that's more the case where you ask me to get like a new game or something like that, and I'm just like, I don't feel like downloading this right now. It's less the fact that it's actually going to be genuinely difficult for me, and more like I don't want to spend $5 and 15 minutes to download this.
Fair enough.
You know, just being frank for a moment.
Oh, what happened to Michael?
Hello, Frank. Yeah, I decided it was going to be a good idea to play RuneScape again, just to see what it was like. Dip my toes back in the water after like 7 years.
Yeah.
It hasn't been that long. It's probably been 3. And I texted my sister, because we used to play and just, like, make fun of people or, like, walk around and say stupid stuff and just see what happens. And she was like, "Oh, that sounds awesome. Let me get in." But now you have to, like, make a Jagex account, and then you have to secure your Jagex account, and then you have to migrate your old account to the Jagex account. So I did it obviously in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm in. And then I'm like trying to walk her through how to do it. And she's like, "Well, it says I have an authenticator and I don't know where that is." I'm like, "Well, just go and disable the authenticator." She's like, "Well, I can't get in. It's not letting me without the authenticator." Like 2 hours go by and she's like, "This is not worth it." I'm like, "You're right. It's not worth it." I've been playing for 2 hours. I'm already bored. So let's just not do this.
Man. Well, do you all have any kind of specific plans for this Christmas?
No. I guess I'm taking the week after off. Except for I will be here Friday for meetings. But I took every other day off. I don't know, probably just play with my, hopefully, 3D printer, if you're listening, Logan. Or whatever you've gotten me. But I'll hopefully just be, I'll have all whole kinds of printout stuff I'll bring.
This will come out the day after
Nice.
Christmas, I think. Right?
Yeah,
Does this come out on the 26th? Isn't that when it's supposed to come out?
yeah.
I think
Hopefully,
so.
I have a 3D printer. If not, I'll be very upset and mad.
Cough, cough.
I'm going to bring a benchy in and be like, "Look at this. Check out this thing.
Eat a boat. Let me try to boat.
It looks good."
Man, Benchy's so cute.
The one thing I really want to do when I get my new printer is like just print a giant Benchy,
Oh, yeah.
like 600% scale.
That's cool.
That'd be so cool.
I'm looking forward to your new printer too.
I'm hoping
It's exciting.
I'm hoping I can print a Super Bowl ring for our fantasy football
That'd be
championship.
cool.
We'll see. Only if I earn it, though. I'm not going to print it if I don't win.
I'll print you one if you win.
Okay, that's more official if you do
Yeah.
it. If I do it myself, it's like the
It
Obama
has to be
meme
like-
of him like,
But
"I need you to do it."
We've got well, I guess when this comes out, I'll be coming back from a cruise. So that's exciting.
I have no Christmas plans.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm gonna go to my Nana's house Christmas morning.
Well, sometimes that's good.
I mean, yeah.
I like doing all this stuff, but like we have to run from like Kingsport to Abingdon to Elizabethton to Bluff City and then to Johnson City and then to Grundy.
Honestly,
And-
my Christmas Eve is always busier than my Christmas because, like, I mean, used to when I worked at Pal's, it was like, I'd work till like 7 or 8, whatever time, and then go to my grandma's house because we always have that side of the family over there, my dad's side of the family on Christmas Eve, and then go to Michaela's parents' house because her mom's side of the family is always over there on Christmas Eve. And then, like, Christmas morning, Michaela goes back to her parents' house, and then I go to my Nana's house, and then
yeah,
I usually just chill out there most of the day.
I like the relaxing, like go to one place and hang out type days, but we don't really do that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I kind of wish that I could just, on Christmas morning, just get up and just stay home
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, you get this day off. I just want to chill out. I don't want to run around.
Yeah.
It used to be a lot busier, but like now I don't really have anywhere that I need to go.
That's why I took the days off after, because
My
I'm
dad's
like,
going to be
use
going
those.
to Texas, so
That'd be
like
nice.
I don't need to go see him.
I'm just gonna hang out in pajamas and like play with my gifts. All my
Hey, that's what I
things.
want to do. Just like
Yeah, games and
Yeah.
like 3D printers. Hopefully, maybe like a Japanese Stratocaster. We'll see. Maybe play that. It's got to be one of those two things.
Oh gosh. I
I'm
don't
gonna ask people to reimburse parts of my new 3D printer for Christmas. Be like, hey, I spent this much. You wanna like chip in towards that?
I already did chip in.
Michael did. Yeah.
That was my gift to Noah this year. It's a significant investment in his 3D printing endeavors. Well, it's to all you many folks listening out there.
And you in Ireland,
Germany.
Germany. Sorry.
We could have an Irish listener now.
Also, the one in Ireland that we have as well.
Very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. We'll be back in January.
Stay till the end for a special Christmas song.
Oh yeah.
You won't regret it, I promise.
Or you might.
You might.
No.
Bye.
No doubts. No buts. Thank you for listening to this special holiday edition of It's News to Me. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see or hear more like it, check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@BurkIT or go to our website at burkitc.com. Our theme music is Big City Lights by Icholix, and our special holiday backing track for our version of 12 Days of Christmas was provided by the Electric Christmas Orchestra. Come back in 2 weeks when, in 2024, me, Noah, and Tyler will be back at it with more episodes of It's News to Me. In the meantime, keep your data secure, your mind sharp, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year. On the first day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me a firewall for my PCs.
On the second day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 2 VPNs.
And a firewall for my PCs.
On the third day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me
3 laptops, 2 VPNs.
And a firewall for my PCs. On the fourth day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 4 QBRs.
3 laptops, 2 VPNs.
And a firewall for my PCs.
On the 5th day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 5 core values.
4 QBRs.
3 laptops, 2 VPNs.
And a firewall for my PCs.
On the sixth day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 6 tech supporting
5 core values.
4 QBRs.
3 laptops, 2 VPNs.
And a firewall for my PCs. On the 7th day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 7 clouds computing.
6 tech supporting
5 core values.
4 QBRs.
3 laptops, 2 VPNs.
And a firewall for my PCs.
On the 8th day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 8 phones a calling.
7 clouds computing.
6 tech supporting
5 core values.
4 QBRs.
3 laptops, 2 VPNs.
And a firewall for my PCs.
On the 9th day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 9 network streaming
8 phones a calling.
7 clouds computing.
6 tech supporting
5 core values.
4 QBRs.
3 laptops, 2 VPNs.
And a firewall for my PCs. On the 10th day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 10 backup saving.
9 network streaming
8 phones a calling.
7 clouds computing.
6 tech supporting
5 core values.
4 QBRs,
3 laptops, 2 VPNs,
and a firewall for my PCs.
On the 11th day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 11 server syncing,
10 backup saving,
9 network streaming, 8 phones are calling,
7 cloud computing,
6 tech supporting, 5 core values,
4 QBRs,
3 laptops, 2 VPNs,
and a firewall for my PCs.
On the 12th day of Christmas, Burk IT gave to me 12 months of service, 11 server syncing,
10 backup saving,
9 network streaming, 8 phones are calling,
7 cloud computing,
6 tech supporting, 5 core values,
4 QBRs,
3 laptops, 2 VPNs,
and a firewall for my PCs. Nailed it. First try.